If you're storing or handling cooking oil, whether it's fresh, used, in totes out back, or in a massive single storage tank, there's something you should know. Cooking oil can trigger SPCC requirements. And yes, we're talking about the same SPCC that applies to everyone else across the United States. It surprises a lot of businesses, but the EPA doesn't care if it's diesel or canola. Oil is oil. I'm Dennis Rowland from RMA, and I've had this exact conversation with a lot of folks. I'm in the middle of writing this article, and I thought, what a great time to sit down and record my thoughts, because a lot of people come to us and ask us the same question over and over again. They're confused because they don't think cooking oil is exactly, quote-unquote, hazardous. Sure, but from the EPA's point of view, if oil can reach a storm drain or a waterway, it's a risk to the public and to the environment. That includes fryer oil, animal fats, vegetable oil, diesel, gasoline, any oil that you can imagine, even used cooking oil sitting in a collection tote. So do you need an SPCC plan? Well, that generally depends on one main factor: storage capacity. If you've got more than 1,320 gallons of oil in containers that are 55 gallons or larger, and that includes new or used oil, then yes, you're in SPCC territory. And most places hit this threshold don't even realize it until they start doing the math. For example, 4 275-gallon totes, that's 1,100 gallons right there. And if you add a couple of more drums, you're easily over the 1320 threshold. This affects way more than just industrial facilities. We've been in business since 1992, and the amount of unique operations that need SPCC plans are almost off the charts. From data centers to farms, theme parks to nursing homes, a lot of different operations that store oil can need an SPCC plan. In fact, we work with a wide range of operations that deal with oil in ways you might not expect. Think about oil producers, people who press olives or render animal fat, or process food-grade oils in bulks. You are definitely in the SPCC zone. Now, what about warehouses or storage facilities? If they're holding oil temporarily in tanks or drums before it's put into bottles or smaller containers, shipped off or picked up, that capacity counts as well. Food manufacturers are frequently SPCC candidates too, especially snack facilities, frozen food producers, and commercial kitchens using oil at scale. Individually, a concession stand or a single kitchen might not store much, but when you add up everything across an entire facility, you can easily cross that line. We've seen setups where one central storage area of cooking oil put the entire property into SPCC territory. Now, if you're a regular restaurant, a standard brunch, lunch, or dinner spot, you're probably fine. Most diners and chains don't store enough to require an SPCC plan. But if you've got a couple of those used oil containers sitting out back, don't assume that oil can add up really quickly. In fact, used oil recyclers and processors should also pay close attention. If you're collecting used fryer oil from other sites and then consolidating it in a central location, even just temporarily, that storage counts as well, and you will need an SPCC plan, provided you hit that 1320 threshold. The same goes for refiners turning used oil into biodiesel or animal feed. If you're operating at scale, SPCC rules are almost certainly on your radar, or they should be. So what happens if you need an SPCC plan and you don't have one? Well, nothing until something does. When it does happen, whether it's an inspection or a spill, the penalties can be severe. Fines for non-compliance can easily hit over $68,000 per day per violation, and that can add up quickly. That's also before you get up any potential cleanup costs, consulting or legal costs, or other fees associated with non-compliance. We've seen companies caught off guard before, and it's not pretty. And that's where we come in. At RMA, we've helped businesses across different industries build SPCC plans that match their needs. Whether you need a simple self-certified plan or a full engineer-certified version, we can help you figure that out. We can even tell if you're below the threshold and don't need one at all, and believe it or not, that happens quite a bit. We just want to make sure that you're covered. So if you're storing used cooking oil and you don't know where you stand, reach out. We'll run the numbers, we'll explain your options, and help you get this off your plate so you can get back to running your business.